rejoice, for He has made me glad. When all my world seemed oh so dark, He turned my darkness into light. When mountains stood in my way, He turned them into a plain. He made the crooked places smooth. He has made me glad. When going through the wilderness, He made a way for me. He told me He will never leave me. He held me by the hand. He turned my sorrows into praises. He has made me glad. Going up, from glory to glory, going up, going up. Nako yemba lelo pona kusepelisa yawe. Nako yemba yemba lelo pona kusepelisa yawe. Yemba maboko, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Yemba bamunda, hallelujah, hallelujah. He uses things that are useless to make them useful. If the world says you are powerless, in Jesus you are powerful. He took me from zero to make me a hero. What my mother could not do, yeah, what my father could not do, what the doctors could not do, yeah, what the world could not do. My Jesus gives me joy. De la boue il m'a tiré pour me donner la forme. De jeter il m'a aidé. Jésus mérite ma louange. Ce que l'homme ne peut pas faire, ce que ton père ne peut pas faire, ce que l'homme ne peut pas faire, il a fait ça pour moi. By fire, by force, we are going higher, we are going forward in Jesus' name. By fire, by force, we are going forward. By fire, by force, we are going higher. By fire, by force, we are going forward. By fire, by force, we are going higher. By fire, by force, we are going forward. By fire, by force, we are going higher. Devil like it or not, we are going forward. Devil like it or not, we are going higher.
Hello, hello everybody. Welcome to Talk to Me. It's Women of God Rose Bijoux Ramires. It's another edition of Talk to Me. This show where we talk about things that help empower us. It is a real show with real people going through real issues and going through real life experiences. We always say knowledge is power, and the more we learn, the more power we have, the more informed we are, the better we can change for the better. And so we are here. I just want to quickly say hello to the people connected. God bless you, Maman Jeanne Bilonda, always there. God bless you, Brother Francis Garcia, who's connected. God bless you, Nova, Miss Nova, for being connected. The deal is this. If you connect on this show, don't watch alone. Comment, share, and invite people. Because I promise you, on this show, we learn so much more. We are improving ourselves so much more, and you will be blessed at the end of this. So it's very important that you don't watch this show alone. People from Glasgow, Maman Cécile, people from Milton Keynes, Maman Destiny, Sister Victoria, I urge you to share. Maman Marcelina Ramires and Papa La Joie Ramires, please do share. It's important. So tonight, I have with me 3 guests. And it's just me, 1 girl, and 3 boys. The importance of this show tonight is for us to talk about a very sensitive topic. If you are connected, I want you to bear in mind that this is not a fun topic. It's not a topic to joke about. It's a very serious topic, but we have to discuss it because somebody has got to start the conversation. Somebody has got to be the conversation starter in order for things to be discussed, in order for a change to happen. No means no. This is a slogan against rape that was invented in the 1980s. It is to encourage people to understand that when a woman says no, it means no. But do people actually get it? How come until today, young men, even women are being accused of coercing others into sexual relationships against their will? How come still today, people are still being accused of doing it the wrong way? That's why we are here. So no means no. Do you get it? I'm going to give you 1 or 2 minutes to share this show. Invite a friend. We are on YouTube as well as Rose Bijoux Ramires. Go and subscribe. Share with your friends. I see my dearest Herman Madimba who's connected. If you could please invite your friends and share. We're going to go on a very short break. When we come back, I am going to introduce my guests to you. You're watching Talk to Me. Stay connected.
Papa La Joie Ramires, tolela yo Papa banebele, motema pembe, umela. Olingwa Marcelina, Maria, tolela yo Papa banebele, motema pembe, umela. Viens la joie, joyeux anniversaire. Nzamba bakisela yo bamvula ebele na bomoi na yo akokisa baposa na yo papa na Rose Bijoux Rami eko ya beti babote mapamboli oyo alaka mpo na yo ekokisama na bomoi na yo bayini na yo bakufa te pamona ndenge ekolo akopambola yo papa na Claudie papa na Maxon papa na Nana Papa na Nadine, Papa na Kasese,
Thank you very much, Brother Jean-Michel. We are in Heaven Above Studios. It was my daddy's birthday, and I wanted to surprise him on my show. Papa La Joie Ramires, happy birthday, parabéns, meu papai, que Deus te abençoe. God bless you so much, Daddy. May you even grow much, much older than you are. May you see more of your grandchildren. And what about your great-grandchildren? Love you so much, Papa. May the Lord continue to protect you. So back to tonight's business. No means no. Do you get it? If you're a man connected, a young man connected, I hope you've invited your friends. If you're a young woman connected, no means no. Do the guys around you actually get it? So I'm going to introduce my guests to you. Starting on this side, a very handsome young man next to me. Hello.
Hello, Sister Bijoux.
How are you?
I'm great, thank you. By God's grace, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year! Yeah, it's the first time we see each other in this new year.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
You look really good tonight.
Thank you.
Okay, so introduce yourself to the camera and let the people connected know what's your name and what you do if you want to tell them. And yeah, we'll take it from there.
Well, my name is Brother Francis, to those who know me, and to those who doesn't know me, that's my name. In terms of professional, I'm an electrician. So if you have anything to do, power car, I'm there. That's me, my profession. I'm an electrician and I serve God, a Christian born again.
Good. I like his introduction. Right into business as well. He's making his own business advert. If you got power cut, get in touch with me. It's about no means no here, you know. He's a smart man. Welcome on Talk to Me.
Thank you
and
very much.
On this side, I've got two handsome young men. Oh my goodness, these guys mean business. You guys should see, they're so well dressed. Hello.
Hello, Sir Bijoux.
How are you?
Doing good. Happy New Year, by the way, as my brother Francis just mentioned. That Happy New Year.
Yeah, it's the first time we see each other this year.
I know.
Welcome to Talk to Me.
Thank you.
Can you please tell the people connected your name, what you do? Yeah.
Yes, literally, thank you so much for inviting me. And to those that are following us, my name is Brother J MULELE, and yeah, I'm just a simple brother. Thank you so much.
A simple brother.
Yes.
Next to you, in a very serious, smart suit. Your name, please.
My name is CLAAVER, and I'm a simple brother as well. And I'm a writer, I'm an author, and I also do. I don't really like calling myself a pastor, but I'm a speaker.
You're a preacher.
Well. Yeah.
You're a preacher. Can we stick to the fact that you're a preacher?
Yeah, I'm a preacher. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
These guys mean business, you know, self-advertising themselves. I'm an author. Okay, fine. Let's get down to business. So all these young, beautifully, handsomely dressed men, young men connected here, I want them to tell us if they understand what no means no actually means. They all dress, all smart. They've advertised themselves. But Brother Jean-Pierre Kiawana, I see you connected. Mama Jean Bilonda, I see you connected. You can write in your comments as well. Type in what you understand by no means no. We're going to read your comments later on the show. But I'm going to start with Brother CLAAVER there.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you understand by no means no? It's a slogan we hear, we read about. Women say it all the time, but it seems like it goes on deaf ears. What do you understand by no means no?
My understanding of no means no is that when someone don't really want to do something based on their own decision. You know what I mean? So that's my understanding of it. And sometimes we don't really, in terms of men, we don't really. It's like, because men, we are very challenged people. We like challenging. When they're telling us no, it's like you're telling us yes subliminally, if that makes sense.
I like the term subliminally. Can you explain how can somebody say no and mean yes subliminally?
Subliminally is sort of like, it's like you want it, but you don't want it. You know what I mean? So it's like you're telling me no, but you don't really mean it. It's, you know what I mean? So if you're telling me no, it's like, man, we sort of like, if you're telling me no, I'm going to tempt you to make sure that you're the woman of your word.
Aha. So subliminally, when somebody says no, you kind of feel like they're playing hard to get.
They're playing hard to get.
I'm going to get back to you. Brother J. Yeah, your turn. What do you understand by no means no? Subliminally, yes?
If I say that, right now I understand, but before I wasn't understanding it.
Oh, I like that. Please, what do you understand now?
Because before I'll say that I was a child, I was a young youth that wanted to play to enjoy myself. But right now, I'm an adult, a father, a married man. So I understand that when somebody says no to me, it means that I have to think twice or 3 times before I push on again. So we don't need a magic. We don't need somebody to explain to you with a loud voice. When they say no to you, even in the slow voice or in the low voice, you must think, did I say something wrong, something bad for her to stop me like this? Let me think. Let me not push, but let me think, why did she say no to me before we go on? So when they say no, just think again before
So
you
for
push
you,
on.
when a woman says no, they actually, it should stop you as a man to think. Therefore, you are stopping then. So you're stopping
Yes.
to think before you push the buttons again.
Yes.
I'm going to come back to you. Brother Francis, no means no. What does it mean to you? Do you actually get it?
I do get it. And
Or do you guys get it?
Yeah, I believe us guys, we do get what no mean. And for me, when someone said no, there's no excuse. When someone said no, for me, is that the person has come to a conclusion of something and you just want to express themselves that, no, I don't want nothing else to be added on top of that. So it's like when someone made up his or her mind to say no is 100% of what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. He's sure what he's doing. He's sure what he's rejecting or what he's accepting. For me, that's what I can say no as it is, because when someone said no, that means the person come to a conclusion of something through their mind, their feelings. Is all the matter inside. So for me, when someone said no, I'll take it in that way.
Okay, so 2 guys here said no actually means stop and think. They've made a decision. Brother CLAAVER, you said sometimes no may mean yes subliminally. I can see it's Esperance is already disagreeing with you. She's like, you've messed up already. Now, I want to come back. The thing is this. We're here to discuss this because it is happening. People still don't get the no. That's why we are having this conversation today. It may offend somebody. It's quite a sensitive thing. It may make somebody laugh about it because somebody else out there doesn't believe rape exists. Believe it or not, there are men who don't believe rape exists. They don't. So they may think it's a joke. So now let's talk about the point that Brother CLAAVER touched on, that sometimes when they say no, they mean yes subliminally. So why do men, specifically young men, sometimes think when a woman says no, she means yes subliminally? Please. I really want to talk to you about that, because you're a young man on this set, and other young men are watching. It's good for us to get why do you understand it differently to the no?
It's like, to me, the way I see it, that if a woman is telling the woman that means that no, they won't even allow you to. They won't allow anything else. If I tell you no, as a matter of fact, if I'm telling you no, I won't even allow you to be my presence at the time. You know what I mean? So if you telling me no, but at the same time you still want me to stay there, that's temptation. So it's basically telling me it's no, but you can stay here, but subliminally it's like you're tempting me. And
so I'm saying no, but I want you to keep looking at the sweet.
Keep looking at the sweet, exactly.
Don't touch it, but look at it.
But look at it. And all of us, we know that's temptation. Whether you like it, I'm going to touch it. You see what I'm saying? If you are really the woman of your word, if you tell a man no, at the same time you tell them to get out. Get out of my presence. Why? Because you have to be the man. You have to be the woman. Sorry, the woman who carries the weight of a word. When I'm saying no, I mean no and get out of my place. But if I'm telling you no, but it's like, for example, based on my experience. I was at this party and this woman trying to tempt me. At first time I told her no. And the second time she showed me going into the toilet, she followed me.
She followed you?
Yeah.
But she said no?
You said no? I told her no.
Okay.
She followed me.
That.
It wasn't like, then I realized she wasn't really taking my no seriously.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It wasn't, that's it felt to me. And it's like she trying to kiss me, then I pushed her. I said, I mean, no, get out of my presence.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So your no is not no until the person is literally outside of your presence. If you're telling me no, but I'm still there, and we're playing around, you know something's gonna happen. I'm gonna tempt you whether you like it or not.
Just to get what you're saying a little bit, if you are a woman in the presence of a young man, you are intimate.
Yeah.
Let's talk about not strangers here. We're talking about people who know each other and they're talking and they're intimate. And at that moment when you're getting a bit too out of control, you want to draw the line and you say no. You're saying in your intimacy, you got to get out of that space.
You have to be
Is
out
that
of the
always
space.
possible though?
Like sometimes to me, you have to stand your ground as a woman.
Okay, I'm going to quickly look at the answers here
No
because
problem.
it's getting heated up here. And then I'm going to come to Brother Jay. I'm going to read. Sister Betty says you messed up already. Papa Lajwa says thank you for your comments. God bless you, Sister Clara. Sister Clara Linongi. I know why you're on this set tonight. We know why you're here, but I'm not going to go into that. So, Esperance says no means no. You know, they're listening to you men to tell them what you mean. The question is, what does it mean to men, to specifically African men, when it is said no? No, subliminally, yes. Right. Brother Jay, Brother Clover just said, you know, what he said, get out of the space. Don't stay in that space. Don't tell me no. Because when we say no means no, we are actually talking about sexual intimacy here. Just for people who are watching, we're not going to go explicit into the words, but that's what it means. The slogan was made to explain to people where the woman says, I don't want this, I don't want this. So, Brother Clover says, get out of that space. For Christians, that would be really good. It will be Apostle Paul right there saying, abstain, flee. Right? So when you're saying no, flee from youthful lust. But is it always possible to actually specifically leave that space? Brother Jay,
Yes.
do men actually understand no meaning yes? And when and why do they understand that?
I really do understand my brother where he's coming from, you know. When a woman saying no to me, you have to literally mean it. If you like it, in the sense that, for example, like you say, we are here, all of us, girls and boys, but I like you. No to ask you out or to be my girlfriend or my wife, but you can see that I like you, just I want to have something with you. So you can see, you can tell my attention. So why don't you just shout even but the
person said no.
When you say no, but as a man, you don't want to accept it. Like you know, I want to try, I want to see literally if you really mean that. So as a woman, as my brother Clave said, if you tell him man, now, no, you have to say out loud, okay? Now leave me alone. The money don't do show best déjà molo kuana. Sto linga mo baso baza pe mo ba challenger. Ningi sepe moi mukili kutone ningani. You see better vraiment you're lucky today.
You're lucky today. What does that mean?
I'm not stopping that day.
I'm not gonna use my word under your breath, but
I'm not stopping that day. Mais na ko peut-être sous Hollande le sous
another day.
But on that time déjà, friendinga déjà mo ndambo. You know, you have to for telling my parents that I'm okay, pour comprendre que yeah, you mean no.
Okay.
Na koto brother CLAAVER azo lobelawana. You know, tell me from ke no. Well, and other side that I said before that as a man, na side na koto yo, as a grown man, I need to think twice. I did not explain it. Maybe this young girl or young lady or young woman, tamsa likanaba nzela deja ya mabekala deja. Let's say maybe
they've been through abuse before.
Yeah. So you need to, you know, come to the level and stop those thinking that you was thinking to do to her, and then get close to her. You might help her, you never know. Why my mom because I know? Because I people say now what you know what I mean? So you have to come to the level to understand, sister, what did you say not to me like that? Let's talk. Okay, you know, first of all, forgive me the way I came. So let's talk.
This is
you never know.
This is a reasoning. So that's where you stop. You said stop and think. So so no actually means stop. By the way, people watching, no means stop.
Na point of view,
And
yes.
so, Brother Jay say, when you're stopping, you thinking, why did this person say no? They could have past experience, terrible experience of abuse, that the minute you touch them, they think of that past. And so by you stopping, you can discuss it with them. And oh my goodness, but do you have that time though?
That's the same thing I was gonna say. It's like it's like we have to be honest. I'm gonna be honest. It's like when you're already in that environment, you know what I mean, of that temptation, at that point the only thing that you're worrying about is getting your needs met as a man. That's the only thing that's in your mind. It's like I want my desire and my needs met. So when a woman is telling you no, when a woman is telling you no, you know, it's like that no to you is like it doesn't carry in your mind. It's not carrying any weight, because obviously, like if I'm playing with you, it's like no. It's like in my mind, it's like subliminal. You telling me yes, so I'm gonna keep on trying until I get you. So so obviously that's why I say you have to, as a woman, you must carry your word. Must mean something to you when you say no. Get out of my presence.
So you're saying some women say no, but playfully. They say no, but they say no to one act, but yes to the other act. And so in the mind of a young man or a man out there, it's as if you're still agreeing to everything, even though you had said no initially. So they need to be clear. No means no. So you're saying women give mixed messages.
Mixed message. It's like one of my I won't mention any name.
Before I go to Brother Francis.
A friend of mine went through the same situation. Basically, his woman told him not to come around his house, but he came and she opened the door, and she telling him no. But next thing you know, she's pregnant. So who do you blame?
No. This is serious. So, did she say no to the act? She said,
no, do not come to my house.
But he went in.
But he went. That's what I'm saying. As a man, we like challenges. If you're telling me no, I'm gonna tempt you to see if you actually means your no.
Well, I hope by the end of tonight you're gonna know no means no. Stay away from
exactly,
good. Brother Francis. Let me leave those brothers of yours, because my old babies and they're starting to mess up. I'm gonna come to them. Why do men not understand the no means no? Why do they think it's I'm playing? Why do they think it means maybe? Why do they think it means we can do this but not that? Why is it not clear? Why do men not understand it?
Well, I think it's not every man, because we need to understand that everyone has different way of understanding of what no means, especially when it's coming out from someone to raise them. For example, we need to understand that since we talk about sexual intimacy, we have what we call friendship, and we have what we call relationship as a husband and wife, and we have what we call girlfriend and boyfriend. Now I'll explain myself what I mean. For example, you can have a friend. You have a relationship with him as a friend only, not as boyfriend or girlfriend, or she's not your wife. And you come to a point where both of you want to have something, like for example sex, and the person said no. You need to understand that that person has the right to say no, for example, because he doesn't want to break that line of friendship. Because the minute you guys have that sex course and stuff, it's going to break the limit, and the person can say no, I don't want us to go further down. I just want us to stay as a friend as we are. And you need to understand that that's their right to say that, and they don't have to explain it to you. They don't have to explain it to you. I don't want to have this, because that's your friend, isn't it? So she want to keep that limit. And we have what we call husband and wife, for example. As a man, we are married, and for when your wife say, for example, no, that one you need to understand what caused her to say no, because she's supposed to say yes on things. Now that's when you need to take time.
She's supposed to say yes.
What I mean,
I'm going to come back. She's supposed to say yes.
Yeah, she's
because she's your wife. She is supposed to say yes.
I won't say. Okay, let me put it this way. The Bible said, your body is your husband's body. That's what the Bible says. That's what the Bible says. But the Bible also says that there's a point when someone can say no to that only when the person is going through prayer and stuff, but you need to have a communication. That's what I'm saying. As a husband, you're expecting your wife not to say no. But if your wife say no, then you need to come to a conclusion to understand why did she say no. And that wife, she need to explain herself that, okay, this is the reason I'm saying no, because of this, because of that. But if your wife just say no and stop from there, that hurt people, especially that hurts. No without explanation do hurt people. The same way the wife can expect something from me and I just say no without explanation, that's going to hurt her. So that's, for me, is that people need to understand what caused the person to say no. What kind of relationship you have with that person. If it's a friendship, she have the right to say no. But if she's your wife, for example, then yeah, she said no because of something, and you need to try to find out what's that something that is hiding behind that no.
What I get from you is the male ego gets very bruised when a woman says no with no explanation.
Yeah, that hurts.
Yeah, it's about male ego. But the thing is, no means no. Let your ego be bruised.
Okay.
Wait, we're coming. You said something, two things. You said the wife is supposed to. You did explain a bit, but in the beginning, this is the culture though. Women are supposed to say yes. So when a no comes into picture, isn't it women watching, that when a no comes into place, the male ego is bruised. And what the male does is continue to pursue until a yes comes about.
No. If the man keep on pursuing to get a yes, then that become another thing.
That's what I'm hearing on this platform.
I wouldn't think that. What I would say
that's
is
what
that
I am
when the wife said
understanding.
no, as a man, as a mature person, you will need to find out why is no. You will give her time to explain herself. Why did she say no?
But then again, her husband should have known that before.
Brother,
it doesn't mean you have to know that before, because if you knew that before, why would you go for it to say no? Then? If for example, let's say, we all adults, we know that, for example, women go through monthly cycles and stuff, right? If you know that, for example, your wife, she's going through that cycle, and you know that that's not the best time for you to go, and you win, you expect the answer to be no. You understand? But if you ignore that, then that's become something else.
Okay. Thank you so much, Brother Francis. I'm going to read a few comments, and then we're going to go to the next question. Brother Richard says, we should not leave it to the people just to say no, but also raise the awareness of the importance of managing your appetite, your lustful behaviors. If, and as an individual, we can strive to manage our appetite, you mean sexual appetite, right? Then we would not cross boundaries. It's about boundaries. I like this word, boundaries, and abuse other people's power. Promesse Boboto says, self-control is a fruit of the spirit that needs to be exercised. Good. Zim says, if you can't understand the simple two letters as N and O, then you have a problem as a man. Patricia Samba says, I think women, most especially wives, should have the right to say no without having to explain why she said no. Okay, thank you guys. There's so many comments, I can't read all of it, but I'm going to read it one question. I'm going to go to the next comment. Why does one need to explain herself? Exactly what Sister Patricia said. I'm going to read the explanation of consent. The whole thing about no means no. It means a woman needs to consent. And I saw a comment from Sister Esperance earlier that men also go through this. It's not just like Brother CLAAVER said, he said no to a woman who was trying to pursue him. You know, he didn't want anything, but the woman was trying to kiss him. That is already, when somebody is saying no and you're continuing, that is assault. That is sexual assault. It doesn't have to be a sexual relationship, but it's a sexual act. When you assault somebody by kissing them by force, already you are pursuing them sexually. And so he said no to the woman. She continued. He had to push her to take a stand. So men as well go through it. It's not just women, although women are the majority, because the women ones are the most, that is mostly documented or talked about. So let's talk about consent. The whole thing of no means no is about consent. So consent is the voluntary agreement of the person to engage in any sexual, so we're talking about sexual consent here, to engage in any sexual activity without abuse, exploitation of the power, the trust, the authority, without coercion or threats. Something about the brother of brother, the friend of brother CLAAVER, the woman said no to come to the house, and then later on she said yes to come to the house, and the man went and the woman ended up pregnant. We don't know what happened in between. There's a lot of coercion that happens. But when a woman says no, you still find ways to manipulate the situation to make her soften up in a no saying. It is coercion. It is wrong. Okay, so consent has to be without the abuse and the coercion, all that. Consent is somebody saying yes to agree. To say yes is to agree. To say no is to disagree. So, brings me to my next question, guys. I'm with you guys today. God bless you, Prophet Tezu, for connecting today. Please share. So, does social media influence how young men view women these days? Does social media influence how you view women so as to disagree when they say no? Is it because she's full of blonde, long, extensions and long lashes and long makeup that if she says no, you guys think she's joking? Does social media influence how you view it? Any one of you can answer. But Francis.
Yeah, definitely.
Go first. Yeah.
Thank you. I think, yeah, social media do have part on that, because then I'll go back to the point where Brother CLAAVER said that if you mean no, you need to prove it that it's no and get out from that space. We see women, some women, they try to do things that it doesn't show their real image. For example, like you said, we have women nowadays in social media where they'll be wearing some stuff where you can see that this person is just taking a road where it's bringing people to attention.
Okay, let's go. Dress code.
Yeah,
the way they dress.
Dress code.
Attracts people to them.
Yeah, it do attract people to that as well. And that's influence of the social media. For example, if I can give an example, we have Facebook, we have TikTok, whatever people use. Like I say, people wear to a manners where you think, is this person, I won't use the word prostitute, but is this person knows
indecent? Let's use the word indecent.
Let's use the word indecent. The woman dressing indecent, and some men can think, okay, maybe this woman, she's so easy to get, and I think that's part of social media is playing around. That's what I think.
So let's use the crude terms. A woman dresses like a prostitute. Do you know a prostitute also has rights?
Yeah, I understand one nowadays.
A prostitute is a human being.
100%, yeah.
She has a job to earn money through that. But as a human being, she also can say, I don't want this, even though it's her job. So when a woman dresses like a prostitute, so to say, does it give the right to men then to disagree with her when she says no? Because she's easy, her no cannot mean no?
I'm sure it's a person, you know, as all lingas are free, and then especially in this country here, UK, we have that freedom. You know, you can dress anyhow you want to. You know, you can do whatever you want to do. You know, you can boom about to book or what's that about TikTok now? You whatever Instagram. You can do whatever you want that you want to do.
Yeah,
is that it doesn't mean I'm doing like this because ce qui me bat la that easy. No, I don't mean simple ça. You see, this no, to make sense, it has to go to a grown man. A mature. It's all about agité. Because you peut-être âge na biso 25 30 today, but they can think higher or better or greater than those papa or about 50 or 55. You see, so this no mutu ako comprendre ngo saka mutu azana mature enough or baki no, I have to live there. So yes, of course, Facebook or social media is impacted by jeune mikolo, but let's not blame social media.
So social media has a role to play,
yes.
But people are hiding behind it.
Exactly. Let's not blame social media. You know what I mean? Because I don't believe or I don't think if they give you a knife, here, this is the knife, take and kill yourself. Nobody would do that because we love life. So why would you blame Facebook or blame Instagram that, or because she's dressing like this and then I think she's easy, take an folks say that be no. Can't blame social
You said
media.
something about no means no, it has to be accepted by mature people. But I want to tell us connected that no means no has got to be taught to children as well. Because nowadays, young men as young as 14, 15, 16 are being accused of sexual assault and rape. So young children from a young age already have to be told that you cannot touch someone in certain parts, or you cannot allow someone to touch you in certain parts. So no means no has got to start from a very early age. That's the thing. We are here as young men sitting on this platform with me because I think you guys are the future generation for tomorrow. And then if lots of young men are going to prison for rape, yet they come out still saying, I am innocent. I'm yet to see in our Christian community a young man that was accused of rape that says, I did it and I am sorry. What I hear is young people, young men. Let's not talk about older generations because we're talking about this generation here because we are the future. I'm yet to see a young man that has been accused of it or has been sent to prison that has said, yes, I did it. I did not understand the no. I've learned my lesson. I now know how to treat women. I now understand the no doesn't mean yes. I'm yet to see. We will only change when people who are messing up begin to take responsibility to accept that, yes, I made a mistake. Now I have learned. Then other people are going to understand and change. But if everybody keeps saying, I didn't do it, how comes you in prison? Okay. Brother Jay.
Yes.
So, you said the no has got to be with people who are mature. We should not blame social media. Brother CLAAVER, what do you say?
I say that based on like, media itself has caused men to see women as objects.
Objects.
That's objects, but not as projects.
Say that again. I like that. Repeat that again.
Social media has caused men to see women as objects, but not as projects.
Wow.
That's what media and social media has done to men. Object simply means it. Object simply means a thing. The moment you begin to see a human being has a thing, you won't value them.
You will not value them.
And whatever you don't value, you won't protect.
No.
You see what I'm saying? Because if you're saying a woman has a project, when we talk about project, we're talking about an assignment. The moment you begin to see a woman has an assignment, but because an assignment is very dear to a person's heart, everybody protect their assignment. They're protected, they value it. So if you see a woman has an assignment you were meant to protect and value, you will value them as much as yourself. So the problem is, we only see, it's like, I had the same discussion with one of my friends. I don't really blame the dress. I don't really blame the clothes they wear. You know what I mean? What I blame is the man's mind is already polluted. Whenever they see something they want, whenever you see something, it's like our minds, it's like we have been programmed in a way that when we see a woman, we don't see them as valuable. We see them as object. We see them as something that's not important. But one thing that we are forgetting, that women are the very important and the very important projects that God has given us in this planet.
Yeah, thank you. So the reason why men can hide behind social media is because social media is portraying women to be things, objects. But then we need to come away from that and see them as assignments, as projects, as people you can value. I like that. Thank you very much for that insightful. Sister Esperance says, I think in our community, men need to re-educate. You need to be re-educated when it comes to consent. So is it men that we don't understand the word consent maybe in our culture today? Is it maybe consent doesn't exist because a woman is to be grabbed and be dealt with and be left as an object? Consent doesn't come into vocabulary, doesn't come into it.
I'll go back to what Brother Jay said. It takes a maturity person to understand the meaning of no, then that concept will be in place. For example, mutu oaza macho aebike eta mutu mususu alobi na no, e utina katsa motema na e automatiquement e utina
That's
katsa ba feeling.
consent denied.
Omoni. So mutu aza macho te I will deny yango, I will deny that no. But mutu aza macho ta mutu mususu alobi na no, aebike no ne utina kat, for example, ta musu alobi na no. Cela veut dire e utina katsa sentiment ba feeling na e. Only a mature person will understand it. And I will lingate abebsa feeling a mutu ana. That's when the concept will come in place that, okay, maybe so I'm going to sell something, I need to hold on to the same agreement with that person.
I think consent is an issue in our, we are predominantly African culture,
only to those who doesn't understand it.
We are double now. We are Africans and then we are also Christians on this platform, and many connected on my page right now watching Talk to Me. God bless you. We are on YouTube, Rose Bijoux Ramires. If you like YouTube, go and subscribe now and share that video there from YouTube as well. God bless you all women worshippers, Mama Lorette and the rest. You need to comment so I know who's connected. Otherwise, I don't know who's connected. By your comments, by your likes, I will know who's connected. In our community, there's consent has failed to be explained because there are women also who coerce young men into sexual relationships. There are older women who unfortunately abuse young men. We're talking about women saying no to mean no, or, you know, but there are also young men who are in places of positions where they're not being able to say no because consent isn't implied in our community. It shouldn't actually be implied. It should be expressed and be made explicit. But it has not been explained in our African culture, and so there's a lot of older women who are abusing younger men because consent doesn't come into place. We need to understand consent means agreeing to something. Withdrawing your consent means disagreeing to something, and that is vice versa both for men and women.
Exactly.
So what in your mind as young men what do we advise these young men who don't understand consent, who give themselves up into the hands of women, young, older women even? What can we say? I want to talk about the men, the younger generation.
For me, I would say that men, we need to come to a place where we need to come to a place of an agreement where before we do anything, we need to have a conversation with our women. Yeah. For me, I can only talk for myself. For me, for example, I do not do nothing unless my woman agrees with that. You know what I mean? It's like even when it comes to food she wants to eat, I do not impose. Oh, nah, you have to eat this. No, I'll be like, baby, do you want to eat this? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do this? One thing that before we got married, one thing that she said to me, you're not going to touch my body until you marry me. You see, so I had to be in agreement with that for me to stay away and respect her decision.
The boundaries were there.
Exactly.
You guys set clear boundaries.
Clear boundaries.
Until marriage.
Exactly. So as a young man, those boundaries needs to be clear from both sides. From the beginning. Not in the middle, not like when you guys are getting engaged. No. It needs to be clear from the beginning. That this is our boundaries, and this is how I want to live my life, and this is how I want to carry our relationship. If you cross that line, that's it, me and you. I said to my wife, I'm keeping my celibacy until I get married. The moment you cross the boundary, I ain't marrying you. Same thing that she said to me. The moment you cross my boundaries, I ain't marrying you.
Christian young man and Christian young woman, are you listening? Celibacy, no sex before marriage, is also playing a part of no means no.
Exactly.
Right.
So as a young people, we need to come to that place where before we do anything, let's agree with our women. Do not force them.
Back to no means no. Does our cultural background as Black Africans and our upbringing influence how we say yes or say no?
I'll repeat that, please.
Does our cultural background, the culture we've been brought up, the way we are brought up, does it influence whether we say yes or no? Consent is a no, a yes. Yes and no. It should be that. But that's where we come from. Maybe influence whether we can say yes or no. Maybe you feel you can't say no because you're from this cultural background.
This is why. So, this is why we're saying, especially let's say me. You know, I grew up in Congo. I've been seeing my uncles, my big cousins. Bazami Bali Penza, Tabaneko, Torika, Batamosili. You know, we can say like I can say like Nazwan from them. You know what I mean? But Badapendaki, open a fool. Oh, Mwana Kingandi, Mwana ya. Donc na woti kaibo ete. Donc fona lande la ependa tia kondi mwana pe suka mosa pa kondima. So I was like ezo simba ko do so anko te vraiment mbamba mumbamba donc ti simbi. So you know
the older generations, the way they've applied, the way they've treated women is
so,
the part of the
I'm
culture.
saying my view, yeah.
No, that's fine. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah. Respect belé, so biso tokola koto moya ba donc to tie. So e kota nga. You know, so as a young man, I was doing that. I thought it would be no solo no come malem. No. Claver d'abord nakala. Olobi no menun is there soft. So I'm putting, you know, more work. Tio mona ke mutandimi na epe bo solo na bino. So as what Claver said, Alobi ko respecter barrière to boundaries. The problem is, I will respect the boundaries if I like you, I want to value you.
So a lot of our young men then don't really respect women.
They
don't respect women, so they don't respect those boundaries.
You know, I will try my best.
Now, I want you to be clear on that. So when men don't respect the women, they don't respect the boundaries.
Talk to me, yeah?
Yes, talk. I need to know.
Yes, this is what we're all about. It's not me bali mususu. Bien là, let me say, my honest, que bas mususu ya teke na bimala bango kapona balete, pona zoe seriete. Ele katamu na mono kakandingo lati, I was like, okay.
So to clarify, Brother Jay.
Mama zela na sis, na banduko solo la malembe, then na yuko zwae. You know, but mususu na mono binake na I respect the way she carry herself. Na ndenge asolo laka, na ndenge atoko respecter ye moko, you know. Na buka relation to zana ngote maybe na koko rater something nice in the future na protéger na respect no I'll stay back mais na permet no ki na sala mabeme pour na ko maybe na ko miss something good in the future. You see, do you want
to add something to that?
Yes.
So that's the cultural background influences how you think.
Yes.
And how you treat women and how you get women. And see, if you don't respect that person, then you will not respect the boundaries of that person.
Yes.
But if you're in love with the person and you love them, you're saying the boundaries are different. They are respected in a different way. Based on our culture. Wow. Okay. Anyone want to add? Because we're going to go on a short break and then we're going to open the line.
And I'm going to go, the culture do play a part as well because since, like we know we're Africans and in African, we know that men is always the leader and the woman comes after.
Yeah.
And that authority do play part when it comes to it do play part. And we raise up to it because to call in a freak and to learn and wait by generation is like have be so to be papas are on top, mama ina sima. Omoni siko lokola to call in a local one is like même si moi ça robi no to mono ke no. It has to change to yes because that's what I want.
So cultural background.
But I think in this modern time that we're living in, the more maturity we get in, the more knowledge we're getting, to come pick a book about to understand break the barriers, to understand that women have the right to say no, and you need to understand why she said no. Maybe it's for your own benefit as well.
Okay. Okay. So going backwards, our culture in Africa, a woman had no say. Basically. So that's been a part of the culture. So even younger men are growing up because they've learned from the elders, like Brother Jay say, you agreeing that because that's the way it was. A woman wasn't to say no. Even now, younger men are still using the same, they have the same broken and ignorant mentality and they're still using that to today. and then women can say no, but you want her to change it to a yes, even though it may mean rape. By the way, if a woman says no, you pursue it, she accuses of rape, it is rape. And then somebody thinks rape is pain. Rape is tearing somebody's clothes. Rape is a woman that's got to scream. No. Rape is when a woman says no, or a man says no. You women that like to latch on to men, if he says no, you pursue. A man can also accuse you of rape. It's a break of somebody's consent that can be seen as rape. We're going to go on a short break. When we come back, we're going to open our lines, and you can call in with your question. Mama Jeanne Bilonda, call in. Mama Esperance, call in. We will try to answer your questions. You're watching Talk to Me. Stay connected.
Umela, 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 evongise nayo. Akityo family, evongise nayo. Umela nova, evongise nayo. 20 ans de pouvoir, umela, evongise nayo. 20 ans d'amitié, 20 ans de sisterhood. Umela nova.
It's been a long time, yes. It's been a long time. So
It's been a long time.
I cannot remember the day that we met, but it's still in my memory. Yeah.
Friends for
Friends
20
for
years.
20 years, yeah.
Brought together by divine
Yeah.
Spirit of God. This is a divine friendship.
Something-
Highs and lows, we're still together. Malgré tout, on est ensemble. Ah, yo swa na anote. Ngande na swa ni zako.
Umela, 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 evongise nayo. Akityo family, evongise nayo. Umela nova, evongise nayo. 20 ans de pouvoir, umela, evongise nayo.
20 ans d'amitié, 20 ans de sisterhood. Umela nova.
It's been a long time, yes. It's been a long time.
It's
So
been a long time.
I cannot remember the day that we met, but it's still in my memory. Yeah.
Friends for
Friends
20
for
years.
20 years, yeah.
Brought together by divine
Yeah.
Spirit of God. This is a divine friendship.
Something-
Highs and lows, we're still together. Malgré tout, on est ensemble. Ah, yo swa na anote. Ngande na swa ni zako. Hello, hello. Welcome back to Talk to Me. You're watching Talk to Me. It's a show with real people about real issues, people undergoing through real life experiences, and we're here to teach each other, to empower each other, because knowledge is power. We are talking about no means no. When a woman says no, it's not maybe, it's not let me think about it, it's not I'm playing hard to get, it's not carry on playing, it's no. But why don't people understand it? And then we ask the question, does cultural background play a role into people not understanding when somebody says no into a sexual act? And why is it that, and some of us here on the platform have said, my brothers have said, it's the way the elder people have brought them up or they've done, so the younger generation are copying. So when they're accused of rape, they still don't believe that they've raped a woman, because they think it was a proper sexual act, because they don't understand consent. Brother CLAAVER, back to you.
Yes, I was gonna say that our cultural background plays a massive part in our life if we are not careful. Example of me, I grew up in a home where abuse it became the norm.
Right. Wow. Share it, please.
It became the norm in our home where I see my dad abuse my mom in front of guests, in front of us, in front of my younger
When you
sisters.
say abuse, is that domestic violence?
Domestic violence, that's the word, yeah. In front of a guest, in front of my sisters, my brothers, my younger sisters, and all of this stuff. So it's sort of like, it almost affected my mind in thinking that women that were supposed to get treated that way.
They were supposed to be beaten up.
Beaten up. Because she had no say. She couldn't raise a voice in the house. She couldn't say anything. Whatever she say, she'd get beaten up. So it obviously, as a young kid, I'm sitting there. It almost became the norm to me until obviously until when I became a Christian. It was sort of like, because I'm also I'm a mama's boy, so I'm very closer to my mom.
So you saw the pain your mother was going through, how the father beat her up.
So I saw the tears and all of these things, and I remember one day I said to myself, when I grow up, get married, I'm gonna make sure my wife, I'm gonna make sure I treat my wife better than this. So so it's like I grew up with this mindset. I grew up with this mindset that I want to be better than my dad.
But yours had a different effect, adverse effect on you.
Yeah.
Whereas other people learn exactly what they've seen. Because children, they learn by copying. They learn by imitation. But you went the other way. Is it because you felt your mother's pain?
Yeah, it's like because one day I remember coming back home, I saw her crying. So watching that, it's like, it was sort of like, as a young kid, it's like, I felt powerless. I couldn't help her. You see what I'm saying? So then it's like just watching that, it helped me to understand. Wait, women, they're very precious. They, they were supposed to get treated in, they were supposed to get treated in a way that, in a special way, in a way that that makes them happy, keeps them joyful, and all of this stuff. So that's why I made a decision. You know what? When I grow up, get married, I want to make sure I treat my wife in a way that she feels happy and joyful, and make sure she's safe.
She's taken care of. Yeah.
One thing that my mom said to me, that he said, remember, he said to me, CLAAVER, a woman is safe. A woman's safety was supposed to be around a man's arm. The moment the man's arm becomes a weapon, you've lost you've lost your manhood.
Can we have the line open? We can have 1 or 2 callers, and then we're gonna conclude tonight's show. Chris Romeo Kabea, thanks for connecting. Zim, thanks for connecting. Zorka, thanks for connecting. And I pray that you guys, as you are connecting, you're sharing. I can't see all of your comments, but if you write it, I will be able to read it. I'll try my best to read your comments. If you have a question, you have a comment to make, we're going to take 2 or 3 callers, 1 or 2 callers even, and then we're going to call it a day. Thank you so much, Brother CLAAVER, for sharing your experiences, Maman Jeanne. It's very bold of you to come on this show. That's why I like Talk to Me. People share their life experiences in the hope that it's going to help somebody else as well, because you're not just doing it for the fun. It's supposed to edify someone. And while we wait for someone to call, please don't be shy. Do call us and then give us your comment, your point of view. It will be really, really great to help somebody. So what can we do? Oh, does the church play a role in this?
Yes, church does.
Does the church play a role in educating young men or not educating young men?
Yes.
Can I hear your views?
Church is doing his part. Church is doing their part. Like let's say pastors or by evangelists, by prophet, they're doing their part.
What are they doing as a part?
What are they doing? They're teaching men how to be men in the house, in the society, in the community.
Example.
They're doing the best.
Example of what the church is doing to help young men understand consent.
Locally boso is simple ke church oba ye binzambe oba banga kanzambe ba respecta kalilu ba oba deje locally boso ke no sex before marriage.
Okay.
Mean that mutu deja ki waza deja na mutu ne deja ke sex no sex before marriage. Akum deja okoma na mayele moko bo, c'est-à-dire I cannot play with women.
Okay.
Na go sakana tena mwana mwasi parce que ceux qui okomi ko comprendre sens wana olingo kende dipo yebake pour un sex day before mariage.
Just amazing. Okay. So if we are, the church is helping people treat women okay by educating them to respect women already before marriage. What else can the church do to help? This will be one of our last questions since people aren't really calling yet.
I'll say the church always need to have youth meetings, and especially leaders, they need to come in close communication with the young generation, you know, because what it is, some people that they fear to bring out what they're going through, and when you're close to them, that's when they can trust you and speak what is inside them, and you can help them. And I believe, like Brother just said, the church has big part to play, and the church actually do that. We see church, we go youth meetings. Through youth meeting, we talk about everything. We talk about
Do you talk about how not to touch? Do young people get taught don't touch people indecently in the church meetings, in the church youth meetings? Do young women get taught don't do this, and if somebody touches you indecently, you can actually call it out?
I think the church does that, because when the church is showing the scripture is showing that when you hurt someone is a sin before God, that's already part of education, that you're not supposed to do something to someone that's going to make the person be hurt.
But that's a general overview, see? That's general preaching. You guys are giving me general preaching. My question is, does the church actually address sexuality and tell you guys, do not, when a woman says don't touch me, don't? Or do they just quote the scripture in the hope you'll understand it?
I don't think they just quote the scripture. That's why through the youth meeting, we talk about everything.
So you discuss it.
We discuss things.
Great.
Through youth meeting, we discuss things that we can't discuss in front of everyone.
I like that.
It's like, it's a bit
now you're talking.
Closed meetings.
Yeah.
You understand? So that's what I'm saying, that the church do play part of that. And I bless God for those church that does that. And the church that doesn't do that, they're missing the part that they're not helping the youth out there.
Okay. So I want each of you to give us advice, men and women connected today, that most of you have said things like men don't respect women. Okay, let me just take this call and then I'll say this. Hello, what's your name, where you calling us from, and what's your comment?
Hello, hi, this is Richard, Brother Richard.
Hello, Brother Richard. Hi.
How are you?
I'm okay. Good to hear from you.
Happy New Year
Please.
to everybody and everybody on
Thank you.
the panel.
Happy New Year. Yeah, what's your comment, my brother, or question?
I think my comment is going to deal with in regard to the no me no, and also look at, because you start talking about the church, so look at from a different angle. So like I did commented before, I think we have an issue of where people are not raising awareness of appetite. So when I did talk about appetite, it's not just about the sexual side. The appetite comes in different forms. So it could be success, could be money, could be in any kind of things. And I think in the society that we're living on, especially for young people, there are so many factors that increases our appetite. So young people want to live, become adults beyond their age. So they're facing peer pressure. So for example, like when you talk about the topic of no me no, so when young people, for example, are presented with the reality of someone saying no, through peer pressure, they don't want to look weak, they have to impress, they have to go into that. So their appetite's already been stirred on. So there's not that self-control or the ability to maintain themselves, because they want to prove a point, especially for young boys. Maybe they want to feel like, oh, if you can't get that girls, maybe your bars are not strong enough, or maybe you don't have the look. So obviously that kind of increase into that. Also in regard to the church, I think that we just have a generation that we don't bring practicality into everything that we see, and we think that the Bible doesn't talk about it. There's a story in the Bible that about David, about Tamar, his own daughter, had Amnon, who's his own brother as well. Yeah. And if you really read on the story, you realize that he started having a feeling for his own sister, which is a weird story. But when you go on and read into that, you realize that he had a real appetite, a really desire to be with Tamar, and that was kind of increased because of someone gave him the advice. And the Bible said that he started becoming sick because of that. So there's also an aspect of it where people's personal desire can get them to a place where they really want the thing, and therefore they really can't control themselves. And if you read it, the ending say that he hated Tamar more than he loved her. So I think that a lot of people think that some of the things that we do discuss are not really in the Bible, which they are, but it's just about how to make it practical so they can find themselves seeing how to better themselves.
So how can the church help?
I think it's to understand the reality, because again, as life is changing, we have to adapt to the communication ways our things are going. For example, when you talk about communication, back in the days of father communication was writing letters, or maybe speaking to women under a tree and stuff like that. But in the days that we're living in, we have TikTok, we have Instagram, we have WhatsApp, we have all these kind of things. So it's the same message, but it has to be in a different concept. You have to understand that there are certain reality that people are facing. The level of temptation that our young people are facing now is not the same level that our granddads are facing. Young people, so you might just coming into Instagram and you're already presented with naked bodies, people in your DMs telling you stuff. So there are realities that we have to understand, because you can kind of just say, oh, be self-control, but you don't understand the level of temptation and availability to things that are available. But it's modernizing by ensuring that the message remains the same, because the Bible says Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and forever. But because it's the same, but it still means that we have to modernize the way how we present Jesus. And we also encourage people that are doing well, because a lot of young people don't see other men that are doing well. According to them, it's a tunnel vision. Everybody's doing that. Oh, I don't want to look weak. Everybody's this about. We don't celebrate the people that are doing well. So for people like CLAAVER, for people that are there, celebrate them. But if they're doing well, also, have a support system to help people that are still on the journey, because some of them didn't have maybe the family background that helped them to understand that means. So everybody's got a journey. And everything plays, as you say, everything works together for the good of those who love God.
Thank you so much, Brother Richard, for your contribution. It's amazing. Unfortunately, we've come to the end of the show, but we loved your contribution. God bless you. Thank you so much. Wow, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So just to conclude, I want you guys to advise someone. How would you like a young woman, a young man connected today to understand no means no, and how would you like these women to behave? Because you've said mixed messages, not very clear, no. How much clearer do you want the no to be? So for you guys to understand the no as a young man, how do you want a young woman to be and to say for a no to be no? Just your quick advice, because we need to finish.
First of all, I'll start from saying that even your...
Sorry. Last call. Hello? Hello, where are you calling us from? Hello? We are on the show, so your comment?
Thank you very much for birthday.
Oh, Dad. Hello, Papa.
Happy birthday, Dad.
I'm following your mission.
Yes, Papa.
Thank you. And for advice, you also are advising the young people.
Yes, Papa.
Good things. So, your mission, you talk to me today. Okay?
Yes, Papa.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Papa. God bless you. Okay. Thank you so much. That was our final caller for tonight. We're just going to conclude. Yes, Brother Jay.
Yes, my advice to my people is that, first of all, put God first. Pray.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what you've done. It doesn't matter what you went through. It doesn't matter what you have or learn from your background or your cultures or your people. But sikozo yo kabiso, tsanzambe liboso, bondela, siki ezeko senga pardon, and ask a help. Senga lisungi.
Is that for someone who's messed up? Yeah.
Nzambe agideo now. Nzambe atambusa yo. Ceux qui, par exemple, qui m'a pas voir CLAAVER, botamaki to akola ki na famille koto bazaki kwa Bijoux, mama. Asali shua ke ye asala te o ya bana komona. So you have a choice.
Yes.
You can do a choice.
Yes.
Choices are free. So you will act mona kinde, that is up to you. But so you know opposite mabe, you can do also.
Yeah.
So please tokola na bonzambe.
Thank you. Wow. Thank you for that. Brother CLAAVER, your conclusion. How should women behave to make their no explicit? How do you want young men to treat women?
For me, I would just say, just be real, be honest, and be transparent, and make sure you stand before your, you stand behind your word. Don't just play. Don't play around with your word. When you say no, like stick to it, regardless of the circumstances, regardless of the situation. Stick to it, and if you're in an environment where you feel that you're not comfortable with that person being, just tell them to get out.
Yeah.
And I mean to avoid anything else, anything further.
Yeah.
You know, that might happen to you. Just carry yourself with integrity. When you say no, stand your ground, regardless of no matter what, if the person tries or not.
Yeah.
and obviously if they keep on trying to actually kick them out, or you can call somebody else.
Okay. To the young man who's messed up.
To the young man who's messed up, one thing I would say that also be honest that I've messed up and I've done something that is out of your character, for example. You know what I mean? And there is people out there that you can talk to. You know what I mean? People that, you know, find people that you can trust, where you can have a conversation and be honest with them. They'll, look, this is what I did. I don't know how I'm going to move forward with this. I don't know how I'm going to, you know, make the next step. It's one thing that I've learned in life, whether it's transparency, whether it's honesty, there is transparency, and there is freedom. There is no freedom without transparency. If you really want to be free as a young man, when you mess up, be transparent, be honest, and seek help.
Thank you. Brother Francis, quickly, your advice to a young woman, a young man watching. How can a young man agree that a no is a no?
Well, I'll say that young men need to understand that when a woman says no, it's coming from their feelings, and you don't want to break their feelings because it's very bad. That's hurting someone. And you need to understand that when someone says no, please just stop and try to understand. If I carry on, it's going to be bad to that person who said no, because she has the reason to say no. And please don't do it. And for a woman, when you say no, like my brother CLAAVER said, just stand in your ground to prove that my no is this, because of that. And I'll say, please do everything through love. The Bible says love is patient, love is kind. So anything that you're going to do, please do it through love. And love, the fruit of love is love and is happiness. Please, let's not forget that. For someone who has messed up already, like my sister was asking the question, is that there's still opportunity for you to change. Like what brother just said, you don't have to copy what you saw. You have the obligation to say, yeah, I can make stop and I can create new generation. Because if you carry down that bad legacy, you're going to pass on to the next generation, and we don't want that. You have the choice to stop, and God is love. God can accept you the way you are, and He can change you to the new person that He wants you to be. That's all I can say.
Thank you. Wow, amazing.
Many people like
just quickly, because we come to the end.
Maybe azolo bakutu no po asungu peut-être kaibi famille ba balia mabe. Azolo ba no to help you, to save your life, because she knew or she knows that na famille yuti za famille mabe. Yango bakutu no nzamba tsena muteme galo ba no beli ko prouver que na ko liaye. We ba teke soko liaye ni da ko liayo.
And no means no. Yeah. Wow. Thank you so much, guys, for coming. Thank you, Divine Kimia. Thank you, Grace Kwamusu. Thank you, Maman Jeanne, and all the women worshippers. There's so many of you. Like I said, if you don't comment, it's hard for me to see. Milton Skis, Dr. Destiny, Sister Victoria from Glasgow, Maman Cecile, and all of you, Pastor David Efole. God bless you all, Sister Esperance, and all of you that were connected everywhere. Please do share this video. It will help somebody else. This is Talk to Me. I always bring people with real life experiences here so we can help one another to learn. No means no means when a person says no to a sexual act, a sexual relationship, you need to understand that they don't give consent. Unfortunately, what's happening, if you don't accept somebody's no as being no, you commit the act that is against their will and the decision. It is considered as a crime. A lot of us, as we've spoken on this platform, is cultural background doesn't show us that a woman has a right to say no. Unfortunately, we live in a Western culture. A no has to be taken into great consideration, because breaking that would mean you could go to prison. I want to take opportunity to advise young men who are yet to commit these crimes. This is really to stop you. And if you did it before, use this opportunity to watch this show to change. The thing is this: if a woman had said no at any one point and you pursued a sexual relationship, you committed rape. Even if you did not tear the clothes off, even if they didn't scream in pain, the fact is they did not say yes. And you pursued with the act, you are a perpetrator, you are a criminal. That is one concept that many of us from our cultural background don't understand. If this woman accuses you in court, she will win, because evidence will show that she said no. However, as a woman, if you are one that pretends to say no, for whatever reason you pretend to say no, be clear, stand your ground, be specific with your decision. If it's no, flee from youthful lust. If it's no, stand your ground. We want to bring up a generation of mature people who will treat women and men with respect. Young men, no need to run the fast life. If an older woman is coercing you into acts that you know are indecent and unethical, stand your ground and say no. Unfortunately, young men are also being violated and they're being raped as well. Some of them because they don't understand consent. If you feel uneasy about something, say no. Seek help, like my brothers have said here. There's a lot of people that can help you, but speak out and be safe. You're watching Talk to Me. Thank you for connecting. We are in Heaven Above Studios here with Brother J. Mike. Thank you for this space. This is Christianity Empowerment page. That is my page. I'm the founder. Like and share it. We have prayers every morning, Monday to Friday at 7 o'clock in the morning. Join us for prayers. And every last Sunday of the month, like this Sunday, we have Empowerment Sunday. And I'm inviting you guys on set. It's 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. 2 wonderful hours of empowerment. Join us and you will be surely blessed. Let's make a difference. Let's be a generation that will bring positive change. May God bless all of you. Happy birthday again to Nova, my friend, and my daddy, Papa Lajoie. Brother Francis and the rest of you that were connected tonight, God bless you. Until next time, be encouraged, be uplifted, and remain empowered. Take care. Bye-bye. Let's say bye to them.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
God bless.